Hello and welcome to the communities. A quick and easy way to create your circles, your communities, your groups of content. You can create your courses, anything that you want. So let me show you around. On the site, you can go to the dashboard where you can find enrolled members, orders if you have for your communities, revenue, completion rates if you're tracking your courses, etc. You can create and see circles in the circle area. You can see all the members that are registered as members, moderation as well for moderating all the content from your communities, such as video posts, comments, walls, reviews, etc. And the settings to customize your URL and go to customize your circle template page. So let's start and create our first circle. And you can choose any type of a template, add a name to it, and just like that, we created our first circle. Now, this is the builder where you can now start customizing the whole design of your community. On the side, you have the navigation of your community and the content as just a regular page builder. On the top side, you have the controls of your whole circle, where you can start, do different settings of what is the name, what kind of information you have, the access levels, which are logged in member, open, so that everybody has access, membership groups, or payment required, which is a paywall for people to access the content only if they pay for it. You have enrollment required, which is basically a screen where people have to click and enroll into the circle. Different categorizations that you can do and styling of your circle in exactly how it looks. For example, if you wanted to have it start as a compact navigation on the site, you can select that, or white as it was in the default one. The navigation, the viewport, if you want it to be a certain flexible or a specific height of the viewport of the user, if you wanted to have it dark theme or not, which will apply to all the widgets inside of your communities. And other cool stuff that you can play around with like the circle image. If you have something else as an icon or as an image, you can add there and how big or large or small you want it to be. So you can play around and customize fully the whole looks of your community, how it looks and how it operates. Now, in this one, we have here a dashboard, which is a combination of different videos that we have. Of course, you can add whatever information and widgets you want inside. It's utilizing the video widget, the video hosting new functionality that we have with a lot of controls. We currently use the video widget here and the video playlist for listing more videos. And you can also list it in different formats, however you want to present your videos into the pages. If you're ready, you can simply click on save and then preview. On the side, you have the page settings. So there you can add your elements. You have the settings of the page. So again, the pages themselves have different settings such as access levels again. You have the content availability. So if you want to, let's say, drip it, or if you want this page to be available after somebody completes a different page that you track as well. Or if you want to schedule it on a specific day or time to be released. You can also enable tracking, meaning that people can actually mark if they completed this course, let's say. And that can be a trigger and that you can see inside of the activity tab of the user. Then you have different icons and ways of presenting the page onto the sidebar, as well as adding a badge if you want to have something, as a badge on the side. Let's say you want to add something like new or whatever, that will be added on the side here. What else we have in the community is the site navigation. So you can create, first of all, pages or groups of pages. Like in this case, we have a group with 3 courses inside. Each of each have been tracked, as you can see in the settings. Again, from here, for example, you can see that it's a tracked content. Then you can have the second one to be released, let's say, after somebody completes the first one, the first course. So you can make it after completion of a course and select course 1. This way, you will not be able to see this page unless you complete the first one. You can again customize how this course, this page will be presented into the sidebar. And you can add as many as you want pages as well. You have different ways of also presenting this sidebar navigation. You can do that from the sidebar styling. You can have it, let's say, into the as a sidebar and in inline. There's different ways you can play around and see which one fits most what you're trying to do. You have also the other very, very important part of the whole circle and the community section. It is the actual community element, which is the walls in this case. You can create walls with where people can post. You can have it for all members or specific groups of members as well. You also have the ability to create discussions like in Slack, like in Discord, and you can organize different channels where people can start commenting and discussing between themselves and have threads. And I'll show you that in a second. You also have the ability to add any type of a page. In this one, we have recordings, which are just videos. You can create a forum-like structure, which is using and utilizing the multiple walls. So again, the wall widget, but with multiple setting. Plus, you have the compact view of inside of the inside of each forum like group of posts. And here we have the Explorer, which is, it doesn't show anything because we're not logged in as a member, but you should see it in a second. Basically a way to utilize this widget. It's called the circles, where you can actually add all the circles that the person can are available in your community, and they can actually enroll and see what kind of other circles they are part of. So let's preview this and how it actually operates. And yeah, so currently we are inside of this circle. Currently we're not enrolled, but here we have the whole information and the videos. In the first one, we can go and navigate to the courses, for example, and you can see that we can now start commenting, etc., etc. I can do that because I'm already logged in as a member. And because of that, I can do that. But if I wasn't, I would be asked to log in order to be able to do any type of interaction with the content. Otherwise, of course, it wouldn't make sense to be able to do that as a incognito. So now, as you can see into course 2, I cannot access this content unless I complete the first one. So completion is required. So go to content. It will ask me to complete this one, mark it as complete. Yes, so now that was marked as complete, and now it unlocks course 2. This is the trip element of completion after tracking content. So now we can complete this one, and if this one had the rule, it would unlock, and do that chain of unlock of content. In the community now, I can start creating my posts. I can enter my first post, let's say, add information about my posts. I can select if I want to have an image or a poll. Let's create a poll, for example, add multiple options if you wish. And there is some cool things about how to utilize this as well for as an admin. Then you can select what kind of a post you want to create, if it's vote based or if it's reaction based, and you can then post it into your page. And just like that, we created our first posts where people can start, voting, where people can start reacting with different reactions that we have here. And people can start commenting as well. So very fast, very cool way to create your posts and have a very, very social element inside of your websites and funnels. Then we have the discussion board, ability to have different channels, and people can start commenting and communicating between themselves. Here we have our first message that we've added here inside, so people can communicate, but they can also reply to your threads, react as well. So basically, just like Slack, you can have your threads here. Of course, you can add emojis, you can have images, etc., and post, and that is added to the thread itself. And yeah, here we have one reply, and people can start replying, mentioning themselves. Yes, we also have mentioning. So if you go at add and then start entering the name, you can now start mentioning people. And that's something also very, very cool is you have the notifications. This is something that you can enable for your website and by going into the builder itself. And in the settings, you have the ability in here to enable notifications, and you can put them as a dark theme or not. And that will enable now to everybody that is logged in to have access to the notifications. And by the way, we now have one enrolled person, and it is indicated here into the statistics. So let's go now inside again. You can, of course, publish as well if you want to be public to everybody. Right now, we were just previewing it as a under construction, but we can now publish it, and people can actually start enjoying the content. if they have linked to it. But we now have the notification bar on the side. So this is a way for you to have notifications from anything that happens, mainly social things. So if somebody mentions you, somebody replies to your post that you have created, so that's why they're also filtered by social. You can do it by store. So if you made an order or something happens with your order, you'll be able to track it here. Unread as well, if you have some unread notifications. You also receive notification via email if you haven't read a notification for more than 20 minutes. So that's really, really cool way to keep your community engaged in one place. So you can now start playing videos, play around with your content, and have really, really amazing experience for your users. Of course, there's many different things, but these are some of the basics. You can organize everything the way that you want. You can also have your, as a user, have your menu compact like this if you want, and if you refresh, it will stay that way. It saves it for the user itself. Another cool thing is that if you have, your community, you can click on the user and you can see information about them. That's something cool that you can customize more information into the details, such as you can change your image, your avatar. You can have information about biography, about that will be displayed there. And you can also add social media links. So this would be links that will be added into the user's profile. When you click on it, you can see the links there, the biography. So people can actually find and be more social within your community as well. In the future, we plan to have even more stuff and even message directly the users. But for the moment, I think it's a really cool way for having your own communities, communication, posts, walls, dripping content, and all sorts of cool stuff that you can do and organize your content in a much better way than before. I hope that you enjoy it. If you have any questions, let us know. But that's a quick overview of the communities, how you can start your first circle, how can you organize your content, and some of the cool functionalities about communities, discussions, etc. I hope that you enjoy it.